Hello everyone, my name is Sumedhar from the UPLAS. So this course is related to data science and artificial intelligence AI with R programming. So in this AI, submodules are covered data science and machine learning because these are the main data science and machine learning in the entire AI field. So once you learn data science and machine learning in the related to AI field, so we can upgrade to uptake to any sort of data. But let's look at into what we should cover. What is this module and what should we cover? So in this introduction, this is just introduction about the session to understanding about what are the topics we have to discuss. And in the meanwhile, what is our programming? Let's try to understand first. So first is R programming. R programming is nothing but a tool, a language, a scripting language, but it's a pure data science language. Even Python is there. So I covered, but if you are not watching, okay, no problem. But R is a pure data science programming language, especially statistical programming language. So it can do plenty of things. Like, in my sense, I would say my experience in 10 plus years of experience, I would say R is excellent programming language, better than Python. But the only thing is R is to learn, it will be complicated compared with Python. Python is easy to learn, but R is not easy. It will be complicated. And in the meanwhile, R is excellent language for not only just for simple programming. It's meanwhile it can do data analysis, statistical modeling, and predictive analytics like predictive algorithms. It can do. Give me a moment. So in this entire course, what we have to learn first, learn about R programming. Okay, this is a language and this is a scripting language. This is a programming language, which is used for what? Data science and machine learning and overall AI field. Okay, in this AI field. And we have to learn how to do data. Of course, there is a raw data is there. We have to go forward with the data cleaning, data analysis, and data visualization and machine learning, along with the data manipulations and so many things. So we have to cover in the entire course, entire course module. So we have to cover the topics related to. So that will covered in this introduction session, so that you can able to understand. So I'll just go to first. We will look at into introduction to data science and R language. First, we will try to understand what is data science and what is the importance of R related to data. Data science is not individual field, it's an interdisciplinary field. Why should we call as interdisciplinary field? Because it should combine like academical fields like mathematics, statistics. This is academical field. Like even though at the time we don't have programming knowledge, computer programming knowledge, we do have mathematics from the childhood, from the whatever we learn from the kids. We do have mathematics, statistics there. Along with computer programming, we have to add it. Why should we add a computer? Statistics is there, mathematics is there, that's good. But when I go to forward with the data, so it will be mainly capture to extract data from multiple sources, and it can give better meaningful insights from the data. That's the main goal. Yes, data is, where is the data? Data is available everywhere. It is not only available in a specific field, specific industry, or specific sector, or specific, we can say business. Either you can take any business, any industry, any sector. anywhere, data is there. Of course, the data is there, but the data is in a different format. Maybe you might say Excel. Excel is a data. We should understand Excel is a data. But is that only Excel? No. Answer is no. Excel is one kind of data source. But other than Excel, we do have multiple sources are there. Websites are there, databases are there, SQL. SQL databases contains multiple millions of rows, not just like, Excel is there, but limited, like 1 million or 2 million, but after that it will be stuck. But what about, 2 millions, 5 millions, 10 millions? So in that cases, it will be take care. So it can connect with SQL and it can get the data and it can do analysis. So that's the main goal of, data science. Okay, this is fine, but how R is important to us? How R is programming is important. So R is an excellent open source programming language. Open source is what? Open source is nothing but a programming language which is available freely without any proprietary. Means a company not proprietary. Take it as another proprietary tools like SAS is there. SAS is also similar to R. But a person who want to work the SAS, a company has to pay 6 lakhs license per year. 6 lakhs they have to pay. But R is not like that. Free. Okay. Company no need to pay any single NP to the company. So freely available. So that is a open source. And also it's extended. It's also extended like, it can related to bugs or maybe errors. Slowly it can be captured and you can avoid it. Okay. Because I learned from the very basics of R, so that I understood, the complicated things of how to learn. In the beginning days, R is very, to learn will be like uh, slowly it will take time. But once we learn, excellently it will work. So it's also excellent programming for statistical computing, and it is also having excellent packages for data manipulation, analysis, and visualization. For example, take the two packages. dplyr is there, ggplot is there. These are packages, dplyr and ggplot. But it can do excellent programming better than even Python. Okay, so better than Python, I would say. Why I would say better Python? See, Python is excellent programming, I would say. In the meanwhile, but to visualize the data, ggplot2, I would say, not only I would say, if you search in other sectors as well, ggplot2 will make sense in a better way rather than matplotlib, which is available in Python. So their matplotlib is there. Okay, dplyr is also excellent. Okay, so that is the advantage, I would say. In the meanwhile, what we are discussing first module, we'll just introduction to the machine learning and data science. Okay, and we'll try to understand what are the main course objectives and how this data science and machine learning with R language. Okay, and how it is evolved in the meanwhile. And slowly we will move with the module one. So in this module one, we will try to understand overview of data science and R environment setup, like installation and environment setup. So in this environment setup, we have to understand first components of data science, like different elements. We could say how what is data science technology point of view. Data science is a technology. R programming is a tool, a language or tool. But we have to understand components of data science, and we have to understand different elements related to data science. Then we entered into various verticals, like what influence data science, how data science impacts various industries. That's important thing we have to understand. Okay, let's take into sectors like banking, financial is there, insurance is there, mainly because we know it IT field mostly BFSI, banking, financial, insurance and other. But right now, healthcare e-commerce is also similar, equal, we can say, because we know something if you want to buy it, we are just going to mobile and we are booking the product and we are getting it to phone. Okay. So e-commerce sector is also similar way. Healthcare. Healthcare is excellent every country, not only in India, every country. Because we know it, a heart attack is there. That's very dangerous, disease which right now plenty of people are going their life sacrificing. So healthcare is also excellent sector. But other than healthcare sector, we have manufacturing there and manufacturing, insurance, everything. Every sector will be influenced with related to data science use cases, and data science is also used in various business applications. Okay, so that we will look at in a real world case studies, not just general, but we look at into real world case studies, and we have to understand the life cycle of the data science with related to project from end to end. Okay, and environment setup is nothing but installation, like uh, how to install a R and R studio, and how to install R and R studio along with Anaconda. Okay? And we have to understand Markdown and scripting and R Studio various features. So if you want to understand R Studio, I'll just open here. So here R Studio is there. This is a tool. Okay? This is a tool. This is an ID where we can write code. Plenty of code we can write it. So it will open three windows, four windows in the sense, this is console window, and this is something like editor window, and this is what variables if you want to look at, and this is about environment and connections and build, git and tutorial. Okay. Now this is the environment window, total window you can say. So if I provide data, simple data function, now you'll get a data sets. So you can see plenty of data sets already available. This is simple data sets, right? So if you want to look at air passengers, what is this explains? This explains monthly airline passengers members from 1949 to 1960, right? This is data set name. This is introduction, explanation. Now take it a simple way, simple example so that as a beginner you can understand. This is chick weight. What is chick weight? Weight versus age of the chicks in a different diets, right? So if I want to get the chick weights, what I have to do? Just go to view and give it here chick weights. Now it will view the data set. Now you can see. So we got the data sets here. Weight of the chick or time and chick and diet. Okay. Now the window is also available here. So you can look at all these data sets, the simple data set. But women, let's look at women, simple. Now if I want to go to view in a similar way, I'm checking just women and it will provide, but this is a real-time case studies. For example, if you take a simple woman, like what is the height of the woman and weight of the woman, height, weight, height, weight of various people, various, 15 people, 15 women are there, their height versus weight. Okay. So this is about data set and this is about R Studio. But other than this one, we can do plenty of things and just providing only importance. In the meanwhile, we'll just go to fundamentals. So we look at first syntax and structure. And in the meanwhile, in the module 2, we have to understand various foundation principles of R programming, like data types and data structures, like what data types are there, what data structures are there. So we do have data types like numeric, character, logical. Data structures also available like vectors, matrices, arrays, list, data frames. So we look at all those things. Along with, we will also look at operators and control structures. Like we have to understand various arithmetical operators, like relationship operators, logical operators, assignment operator. Then we will enter into control structures like for loop and if condition and a repeat, next, break, switch case. So all those things we will move ahead, and along with we will also understand family functions like apply family function. Like we do have apply family functions that is not available in Python, but we do have available in our language, where we should have lapply, sapply, tapply, and mapply. These are functions related to our program. So we have to discuss that function and along with built-in functions and user-defined functions. Like that, we can create our own functions. Then we will enter into data collections and important techniques. Like, okay, so data is there, that's good. We understand programming concepts like syntax and functions and data manipulations and programming concepts. But what will go forward? So we will go forward with getting the data from multiple sources, like flat files are there. Flat files are nothing but simple text files like txt file or csv file. Okay, that's how to import. How to import into R. Other than this one, Excel files are there. Excel has different sheets are there. But how to import? What packages we have to use? Like we do have read Excel is there, XLSX is there. Some couple of packages are there. I'll explain. And not only that one, we have to connect with the databases like I do have MySQL, SQLite. But how to connect the databases and how to get the data from other statistical softwares, not only R, but other statistical softwares also there like SAS, SPSS. But how to get the data? Like we do have packages are there, foreign, Haven package, HMIS. These are packages. We'll discuss that packages along with web related data, like extra data from web sources. Okay. We do have packages are there like Harvest, RJSON. These are connected with the JSON website data and get the data. Website in the sense like Facebook are there, LinkedIn is there, Twitter is there. But how to connect the data and how to get the data? Because we know it. Twitter, we know it. Narendra Modi or maybe other person, they are tweeting. But how to get the data and analyze the data? Important. Okay. So there are eminent people are there, sharing their views in the social media. But how to connect the data? And we do have couple of packages like our Facebook, Twitter, R is there. So I'll explain those packages and how to connect and how to get the data. Then we enter into probability and statistics because that is a backbone of entire data science. So we'll try to understand descriptive statistics along with inferential statistics and additional with probability and distributions. Like descriptive statistics will explain how to summarize the data. Like we do have central tendency like mean, median, and mode. Our variability is there like variance, standard deviation, and how to do it in R. In the similar way, probability and distribution is also explained. Like what is probability and how probability distribution will explain with various explanations, right? For example, if you toss a coin, that's a probability, head and tail. But how much percentage? 50% only we do have. If you take unbiased coin. But inferential statistics more than that one. You can take sample from the entire population, but you have to estimate overall population from the sample. So we have to understand a couple of the things like central limit theorem and hypothesis testing, confidence interval, estimation. So that we will look at in the meanwhile in the other module. Then we will try to understand, we will look at into exploratory data analysis and data visualization. Then we will try to make sure to understand what is univariate. For example, single variable is there, single column, variable in the sense like column. But how to analyze that data and bivariate. For example, one column is there. In these cases, you can see in the case of R Studio, we can clearly see there are two variables are there, height and width. This is bivariate. Height is there, that is univariate, but weight is there bivariate and multivariate. For example, three or more columns or five columns, but how to visualize? What charts we have to use? Which chart is better? Like scatter plot is better, or bar chart is better, or pie chart is better, or box plot, or histogram, or line chart. So these are all the things we covered in the ggplot2 a package, and lattice another package is there. So I will cover all those packages. And along with the not only EDA and not only visualizations, we'll move ahead with the data cleaning, data manipulation, and pre-processing. So what is data cleaning, data processing, and manipulation? See, when you have data, that's okay, but data will be not available directly. So data will be available like errors, outliers. Data will be available, in the mistake of sense. For example, in my sense, my experience, I'm telling, United Kingdom is there, right? We know it as United Kingdom is nothing but KNGDOM, but person has been typed KNDGOM, Kingdom. What happened? Kingdom is different, Kingdom is different. But Python or don't know. Kingdom is also country, they might know. But we have to tell. Kingdom is not a country. This is a mistake because we know it a country names mostly, especially UK, US, and these are the things we know. So it might be mistake, but correct it, clean it, and visualize it and analyze it. So that is a make sure to provide in a better itself. So we have to clean the data, handling whatever the anomalies are there, we have to handle it, and what are the missing values, what are the techniques. Different techniques are there to handling missing values. It's not like there is a missing value, but how to handle it. What sort of techniques we have to provide. Along with, we also understand reshaping the data. Okay. For example, data is there, but should I merge it? Should I convert to other data types? For example, string is there, but it's showing like not string. Date time is there, but it's not showing like date time, but we have to convert it. Early it is a string, but we have to convert it. Merge is there, or sometimes column names are very lengthy, but how to rename, specific column name. Lengthy column names, why should we need? We have to rename it with specific column name. And we have to drop it in the sense of, some values. So these are the things we have to use different packages. In our language, we do have a couple of packages are there. Data.table is there, dplayer is there, SQLDF is there, tidyr is there, reshape2 is there, loopredata is there, stringr is there, especially for string data. So these packages, I will explain how to install it and how to utilize it. Then we'll look at into modeling and machine learning. Then we entered into after, okay, we understanding everything fine. Then we have to understand, everything, and we'll enter into regression techniques, classification and clustering and associational mining, dimensional reduction and ensemble methods. So these are machine learning. After we understanding the techniques, we can go forward with the data science, machine learning, and we have to understand various regression techniques. What is regression technique? Like numerical data prediction, like simple linear regression is there, multiple linear regression is there, polynomial regression is there. In classification techniques, we do have logistic regression is there, KNN is there, SVM is there, decision trees are there, random forest is there, naive Bayes is there. That's related to classification. But along with the clustering, we do have k-means, hierarchical, dbScan. Okay, those are clustering. In association rule manner, we have to understand marker basket analysis, a priori analysis. In the dimensional direction, we have to understand PDA and LEA, like principal component analysis or linear discriminant analysis. In ensemble methods, we have to go forward with bagging and boosting. So those are the things we covered along with the probability and statistics and machine learning. Okay, these are the things I explained clearly. Probability and statistics, machine learning algorithms. So finally, we have to go forward with the various advanced techniques like not related to just modeling, but we have to go for capstone project, and we have to look forward for the cross validation, hyperparameter tuning, and model evaluation. Okay, and various data visualizations. So we'll look at end-to-end project in the final way after completion of all these models. We'll look at into end-to-end AI project. So we have to apply everything, whatever we learned, whatever you captured or learned in the entire course. So we have to combine from the data collection to data cleaning, data analysis, data visualization, modeling, and finally present your story, presenting your whatever explanation to the a person who we want to report, or client we want to explain, or stakeholder who want to get these insights. Okay, so that is the end-to-end project, and in the final way, I'll just explain end-to-end project with some real-time case study, not just like dummy data, but we are taking a real-time case study, and I will explain how this real-time case studies will explain for simple project. So this project will take data collection, data cleaning, data analysis, data manipulation, data visualization, or data grouping, or something like that. We'll move ahead with ultimately we'll get ahead with the model development, and we'll look at into a final project for the end to end. So that is the entire project, I would say. So that's about our program. I hope you can easily understand what I mean concept of topics like what we learned so far. Like we started with a simple course overview, and we entered with the introduction to data science and all. We entered into programming concepts like syntax and programming concepts, functions, packages, data manipulations, which I explained packages like dplyr, ggplot2, or lattice, SQLDF, and all those things and we will cover it. Then we entered into data collection and preprocessing, like identify data sources, whether it is a file available is a CSV file or Excel file, or maybe websites which contains database, no, sorry, data available, or which is available in the databases like SQL. But we have to connect and identify, get the data, but identify the quality. Is that data is clear or errors? So we have to go for cleaning and transforming in a better way. And we have to identify which variables are better. So that's about feature engineering. Sometimes features are not important. Sometimes columns are not that much needed. But identify which columns are needed for our analysis, our instead. Then we'll enter into kind of EDA concept. Like we have to understand the data not only for looking cleaning, but we have to understand the data visualization, statistical analysis, statistically understanding relationships between various data sets. Then we'll look at into probability and statistics, like what is probability, what is statistical inference, what is descriptive statistics, what is the this leads to decisions, data driven decision. Then we'll enter into machine learning algorithms, like which I explained: supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, ensemble, and neural network. So this will explain in a better way, like supervised, what do we have? Like classification and regression. Unsupervised, what do you have? Clustering, dimensionality, regression, association with value. So we will look at into each category, and we'll try to understand with data taking and cleaning. After that, we entered into data modeling, and we'll go forward with the model validation, and along with some important things like hyperparameter tuning and CV cross validation. Okay. Then we'll enter into data visualizations along with the data visualization is not like one sector, but it's across total. Anywhere you can visualize the data, no problem. Finally, we will end with end-to-end project, and we'll understand we'll take a simple raw data and we'll enter into finally with model evaluation and finally what it can provide from raw data to insights. Enter raw data to what it's providing in the overall insights and what a client, stakeholder, a company or business or industry or any sector, what they can get from the from their data, from their data to what they are getting. So that's companies looking forward. Any company, not only just single one company, but any company they are looking forward. There is a data, but what they want to get it is important, and what their problem statement. And according to problem statement, we move forward and we can able to solve the problem statement across total with using R programming in AI field, especially in subsectors like data science and machine learning. So these are overall sectors, and along with entire entire course as a technical, even we have to understand non-technical concepts like in an entire course. So we have to understand some of the main important non-technical skills also there, like problem solving, critical thinking, and adaptability. These are the main skills company are looking forward. Any company, you can take a XYZ company, either Microsoft or maybe Google, or you can take startup company. They are looking forward these three main skills. Of course, communication skills. Anyhow, communication skills everywhere. Okay, from the beginning. But additional to communication skills, companies are looking for problem solving. A person should have that skill or not. Problem solving skills or not. Critical thinking. What is critical thinking? There is a data, but you have to think in a critical way. Okay. For example, you can take a Microsoft. Take it as CEO, like from the India and especially Hyderabad. But his thinking is entirely different. He's like critical thinking way in the sense like what is next 10 years, what is next 5 years, what is going forward, what should we take, what should we move forward. Okay. And additional to critical thinking, adaptability means whatever the language is there, whatever the skill is there, whatever the IT skills are there, we have to go for adaptability, we have to adapt it. Okay. So irrespective of technical, but we have to make sure to provide, we have to move forward, we have to transform ourselves to the best to take care of result. So the end result is important, but not you what we are taking is not that much. What you have is not important. But ultimately, end result is important. End result successfully is important. Okay. So this will I will explain the last session, non-technical and all those things. But in a meanwhile course, I'll explain how to take it this R programming language for the entire AI field and how to get the raw data from the various sources, and finally how to give a better insights or a meaningful insights for the company to get take better business decisions. So that's overall I would say. So this is about introduction, and next session we will talk with the very basics of R, and we'll enter into slowly move forward with step by step process, module by module. We can able to understand. Okay. So that's about the entire session. Thank you very much, and thanks for watching all the session. Thanks a lot.